Alright guys, welcome back to a new video. So a bit of a different start on today. So we've got Lou and Sam. They're definitely not at work right now. Right now I'm in the process of doing refurb my wheels. So yeah, I'm just getting ready to sort of polish them up, paint them and everything like that. And right now we're just in the process of cleaning the wheels up because they're really curved up. So I've done one wheel, I'm relatively happy with it. I'll show you the progress. So originally they were really curved up. So what I've done is I've actually took the angle grinder around and I've cleaned up as best I can to get in there. There's obviously a few little dings in there still. So sort of like this little one here and a couple of little ones, but I'm not particularly bothered about it because they're gonna get polished up as best they can anyway. So I'm gonna leave it as is, but I'm gonna show you the other wheel and then I'm gonna show you how we're actually cleaning this up because it takes two people. And I'm probably gonna also be polishing the whole wheel up, the lip like this as well. So it's one of these two. No, not with the grind. So, why wheel? So I'm gonna grab the other one real quick and we're gonna demonstrate how we did it. So this is the state of the other wheel. As you can see, nice curb rash on there.
Still quite bad, isn't it?
Yeah, this one's quite bad.
It's not as deep as the other one,
no, not as deep as the other one. So I'll show you the process that we got to do to clamp it in and everything. And
bloody hell.
so it's got a little buckle, but all of them are going to get polished up and done anyway, so I can pick the two ones without buckles at the ends. Right, so this is how we're kind of doing it. So grinder on. So after just one pass of the grinder, as you can see, it's already looking miles better. So I'm going to go a little bit more. This one's a little bit buckled. Obviously these are really old wheels. They're Bulbert T's, big old 9J. So mint, but I'm going to keep cleaning this one up, get as best I can, and then I'll get the other two, finish them off at some point. But that's kind of it for the wheels, really. I don't need to show too much more. I'll reveal them when they're all painted up and stuff. I just wanted to kind of show the process behind it.
Pink, by the way.
Let's go hot pink. Let's see if everyone likes hot pink.
Oh, yeah.
Right now, I'm back on the car. So I was doing the wheels, obviously seen me polish the lip up, and that will go quite smoothly. I was in the process of actually sanding the wheels down, had some issues with the paint under there, so I've battled with that, tried some paint stripper, didn't work. So right now the wheels are actually getting acid dipped and sandblasted. Right now, I'm back on the car, and in case you haven't seen, I've been doing a lot of work. So obviously the dash is in. I don't really know what I showed in the last bit of the video, I kind of forgot, but the dash is obviously in. And all the wiring stuff is getting very close. So I was in the process of about to make a switch panel. Obviously we've got my gauges down there, which actually go into the tombstone bit. So I was going to make a switch panel till I realised I left my drill somewhere else. So headlights back out. I'm currently in the process of trying to make the maths to work. So I had a look online and a lot of people are saying you need basically about 18 inches of distance between the turbo and the math. I don't think I can quite get that. I think you can get like 15 that I can probably get away with. So my plan is to actually modify the headlight bracket. Right now I need to try and make sure I've got the right sort of length here because the headlight bracket's on the floor and I'm probably gonna have to cut like a whole lot of this out basically. This is the best solution I can come up with without having to cut everything else up. It's easy just to modify where the headlight goes and work from there basically. So I'm going to figure out a plan for this and then show you what I come up with. Okay, so after many hours of trying to figure this out, lots of cutting, I've basically got a solution to it. As you can see, both headlights are back in. We've got the intake going to, intake sits under there, still got to mount the headlight securely and we should be good. So overall I'm pretty happy with how that looks. It doesn't ruin the aesthetics of the engine too much, which is what I was aiming to not do. So yeah, pretty stoked on that so far. So maybe one day we'll get a proper little setup fabbed up for this, but for now I'm just going to run with that. There's no pressure running through it, so I can't see it popping off. It's the intercooler piping that's got the problems. Yeah, that's pretty stoked on the placement and that, and I still can run the wires to the headlight and should be golden. So yeah, stoked. Okay, and we're back. It's the next day. Just these little glasses on the head. So I'll show you what I've done. Managed to mock up the headlight now with the intake kind of hopefully where it needs to be. It's the best place I can put it basically without it being in the way of everything. So this is what we got. So intake's obviously under there. I just got to make a little bracket quickly that holds the intake down. But the headlight is now mounted up, sort of. I just basically made a little piece down here, and then we've got the bracket on the side here. So I used a little bit of this stuff here first. I forget what it's called, like perforated bar. And once that was my positioning, and then I got this little bit of metal that I had laying around, which had some turns in it just for some strength, so I had some bends already. And then I bent this top piece up, got that all moved around. all I've got to do is just smooth these corners off here real quick, just to blend it in with this one. Then that should look smart. And then, yeah, just basically going to take this off, get it all repainted up so it looks nice, so it doesn't stand out like it does at the moment. And yeah, that's pretty much where we're at. Also my wheels are now finished getting sandblasted and stuff, so I'm going to quickly whip up a bracket for this intake, and then I need to shoot off, go pick the wheels up, and I'll show you how them wheels are looking. And just like that, we now have a air filter mount. It's not done up tight, but silicone hose will take some of the flex out from when the engine moves around. Headlight's tight, that just needs to be. So there's my mount there. So it's all made out of like random bits of metal that I have laying around. That bit's all done now, so just gonna literally smooth the edges around, as you can see there, make them look a little bit better. Same with that one, just round the edge off, just to make that look nice. I'm gonna whip all of this back off. I need to paint them all up, so I'm gonna take everything that I need to get sorted now, take it back to go get the wheels, and then I'm gonna show you the wheels, and we're gonna paint all the other bits up as well. So we're getting close, but this is the state of the car at the moment. Getting there, slowly. And back from polishing the lips up. They don't look amazing, but they do look pretty good. So as you can see, they all are nice and shiny. That's exactly what I wanted. So I'm gonna go ahead and prep the centers now for the paint. And when these are done, be golden. I just can't wait to be over these wheels, because they do look good when they're done. So I'm gonna crack on and get that all sorted now. And from the wheels back to the car. So as you can see, headlight is currently on the floor because I took it away. I painted all the bits up, and the bracket for that, I've been working on, in this mess, a new little piece for the car because I need it. So this is my new switch panel. Don't judge it just yet, it's not fully done. Obviously I've still got to paint it and stuff, and the only switch I've got plumbed in right now is the kill switch, which I still need to wire up. It's not perfect. I kind of cut it out of a sheet of metal that I had laying around. As you can tell by the rust, I need to clean it up and paint it. This is actually, my dad gave me this. I think it's off an industrial shelf of some sort. This is what's actually built most of the car. The switch panel is now done. Obviously it's on the floor right now. Start button's in there, kill switch, switches. So we're going to have the fuel pump, fan and heater one, because I need to run a heater to demist the windscreen on a switch. And also we've got power cables now run up along here, go up underneath the dashboard piece there. Boost controllers mounted as well. It literally just lives there, screwed on. Everything looks like a bit of a mess right now, and I straightened the shifter out in the end. I cut it, welded it, and now if I can get it in, it sits in a much better slot. So neutral now sits evenly as opposed to leaning too far forward. So that's done. And also hydro is done in there, so that's all mounted up. And I have finished up, I've rebolted up the headlight bracket and stuff, painted all the stuff up for it, so that looks pretty sweet. Obviously it's mounted up right now, but it's not really going to be strong enough for when you're driving. It's going to be like a breeze against it or whatnot, or it's going to be bouncing around, because it's only held up with this thin material there, which actually bolts to that little bracket in there, which is also painted up now. So it's not going to be enough to hold the headlight up. So what I'm going to do is sort that out. And an hour later, and we are done. So as you can see, brackets now on here. Doesn't look obviously perfect. It needs to be painted up. It should look good. Kind of angled it to try and suit it as best I could. This side, super simple. Just used a bolt and basically bent it a little bit and put the rubber piece that used to be on there, and that holds that up. Sweet. Quite happy with the results on that one. So headlight bracket's done. So by no means is it mint, but does the job. Quite happy. So tick that one off the list and we're good. And it's another new day. I've actually no idea where we're at in the video right now, because I've just been working and working and working on the car, just trying to get stuff done. So I'm pretty sure in the last bit you see me doing the wheels, and I basically ordered some tyres. I fitted them all up at work, so they're looking pretty sick now. And I've also ordered a few other parts, but I'm going to show you a couple of bits of what we've done so far, because this looks good. First things first, wheels are on. I ended up going with some Yokohama tyres, some 205s. So stretches, you know, still a decent stretch, nothing too massive, but the wheels are all done. As you can see, all painted white, and they look absolutely sick. So also engine bay update. All the wiring stuff I need to do for the moment is done. All the belts are on, Jubilee clips around there. We now have a low rad hose made, and I need to make a bracket to hold that in place. Also now a throttle cable that now bolts on. So that now can be operated by the pedal. Moving on to what I'm actually trying to do at the moment, which is this. So currently I ordered a new battery, which is like a race battery, Odyssey thingy one, and I've also got a kill switch. What do you call it? A ignition protection, 150 amp ignition protection. Whether they'll ever pull that much, I don't know, but I won't pull the 150 anyway. But this is basically how I'm going to be mounting it. So battery's going to be there. So I need to go ahead, mark some holes up quick, drill some holes in this plate, and then offer it back up, mark up where I need to drill the holes, do that, riv nut, bolt it down, and then same with that, and then I can make my power cables, and that's ignition power all basically done. Okay, another day. Again, don't know where I left off, but right now I checked a bunch of wiring and stuff yesterday. All the gauges and electrics and bits are working, so I now need to basically do all of this. Here's all the fluids. So we've got engine oil, gearbox and diff oil, a little bit of this stuff to help out when it goes in, and a new sump plug. And the first thing I want to do is put the oil in the engine to see if we've got any leaks, but I need to kind of clear up the mess around it, and also empty the car out of all the wiring stuff that I've been doing because it's a project. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of that emptied. Obviously, in case I didn't show, that I now have the battery in place, as you can see. So we've got the kill switch mounted in place. Battery still needs to be fully tightened down because some of the riv nuts are a bit funky, but the battery's now connected, so I can sort that out. I need to finish off the wire into the rear of the car as well, because that's not quite finished yet, but that can wait. So I'm going to go ahead and get ready to put the oil in the car. So I'm going to move the stuff from underneath and put it in and see if we've got any leaks. Fingers crossed now. Right, so it's now the next day and I've been messing around with the car. I've got the stuff in place basically. We've now got the exhaust belt. We've got people around. Sam, Jordan and Lou.
What's up?
So we've managed to get this done today. I've got the exhaust all bolted up and everything, and so far so good. I had a little problem with the fuel leak, so we fixed the fuel leak. Everything's good on that end of things. There is a small oil leak underneath where one of the fittings goes for the head drain, so I need to check all of that out. Also, how are we doing for head drains back here? They still plumbed in the back of the head.
Leaks, mate.
No,
Alright, cool. There is a small little one underneath, but I'm going to give the phone to Jordan because I wanted you to film near the turbo. So I'm going to get this car started up real quick and we're going to see it coming. I've got to figure out how to make it idle, but that's going to be the challenge.
I think I've got an idea.
I'm stood here like a melon. Right, so my voice is now distorted. We're going to try and adjust the cam angle. Sam said about trying to adjust it a little bit. I was against it, and I thought, well, we've got to try something. So Sam's going to try and like push it in at the same time because it's got an O-ring on it, and then we're going to try and just rotate it a little bit to see if we can get any idling out of it because it's struggling to idle. And if that don't work, I'm going to sit on forums for about 2 hours to see if I can figure it out.
Longer than 2 hours.
There's none of us actually know, yeah. So I mean, there's no boost leaks or anything because it runs. So I think we're all right there, but. Yeah, here we go. I'm going to get it started up. With no switch back because it's in my head.
It's not that.
I had to sit there for ages with my foot
Did it
barely
start
on it.
idling? It did, didn't
For a
it?
second, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll go, basically we'll go back
What's
down
the
that
other
way.
end? Yeah.
It got to go that way. I was just figuring it out.
Smoky.
Yeah.
She's all.
To get it idling, I'll put some
It was
cords in there.
definitely better, yeah.
Yeah, no, I have to go back. Fucking knew it. I told you. It got better.
It got a lot worse going the other way
Yeah,
as well.
it's obviously just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
It's alright, when I get a timing light on there, I'll fucking put it back to where it was, I bet.
Yeah, well, I can get it semi-idling, so
Let's give it one more crack so we get it idle.
go for it. I don't know about that way, yeah. Yeah, 'cause it's the closest to this edge.
Yeah.
One more time.
Go for it.
Well done, Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there.
So we're gonna let this cool down. I'm gonna do
I
some
could
wiring
probably
up
go
stuff.
a tiny bit further, but just let
That's
it cool
probably-
down.
Nah,
for a
that's
bit, yeah.
idling. It's idling about 2 at the moment.
Yeah, but
so
well, I'll see.
We got
If
some,
we only get up to temp, it'll cool down. Well,
Yeah,
well,
probably.
calm it down.
No, I think you want to keep it just.
what do you think?
Love it, man.
You're not gonna stay behind the camera. You're in front of the camera.
I know.
So. Okay, so it's now the next day, and I've come up with a few resolved a couple of problems that we had yesterday with struggling to idle, I think. So what I've ended up doing is this. So yesterday I had some vacuum lines missing, so I just made a makeshift block one, and I've also just blocked for the brake master cylinder, the booster, sorry. I've just put a bit of fuel line on it just for now to stop the vacuum problem. So now we've got some coolant. I'm gonna go ahead, pour some coolant in the car, start it up and see if she idles a little bit better. Now we've got everything sort of plumbed in, so let's get that done. So, trying to do me a treat, mate. So we've actually got idle for the first time, and it sounds healthy.
Right. Sounds right.
A little bit of smoke coming off over there, but that's fine. That's just burning off all the stuff. Okay, so since all the mayhem of the car now being running and everything going on, obviously we discovered a few little issues which are sorted out, which was some vacuum lines. In the end, we adjusted it all up, got it idling, all nice and good, and I'm just basically going to show you the cold start in the car. So it's actually pretty good at the moment, so I'm going to try and just going to have to hold it and show you. So it comes straight into life, no problems. So yeah, obviously the cold start problem now being solved, which is sick. So I'm basically going to crack on and finish a few little bits in the engine bay, and then I can carry on with some other bits. So that is going to be it for this video. Again, as always, it's always all over the place because I'm always doing this after work. It just seems to be the way we do things. So pretty stoked that the car now runs and it sounds good, it sounds healthy. So I'm going to sort out a few little bits on it. Obviously we've got that little oil leak to sort out. That's just a sealant problem on the sump. Apart from that, there's a few other things to tidy up. A few little brackets to paint still. So like the throttle bracket around there, that's got to get sorted out because that's just bare metal right now. So, and a few bits to tidy up on the inside, but for now that's going to be it for this video. In the next video we should be installing a few bits and go from there. So yeah, it's looking good.